Hey guys, welcome back once again to this next installment of my Chalk Talk Q&A videos. I think we're on episode 6 of this particular run, and we're going to keep going. 10 minutes on the clock, go! Steve Coungeris, what suggestions do you have for increasing hip flexibility on squats? When you're warming up, go lower. That's been my best results when it comes to increasing my flexibility have been through my workouts, using lighter weight and going lower, getting warmed up thoroughly, and then after your sessions making sure that you're doing a lot of recovery work, make sure that you're rolling out your piriformis and your glutes really well, make sure you're stretching out your hips and making sure that you don't have a lot of impingement and problems going on that. If you have any other questions about specific stretching, you can either check out my recovery video where I go over some specific hip things, just dive in, bend, rise, recovery, or go check out the Mobility.What videos that Kelly Starrett has because they go into a lot more in-depth about specific things like that. Sid Kudav, he's going to have 4. He's got 4 questions in here. After a deload, 50 to 60% week, what weights do you head back to the week after? Same as prior to deload or 1 week before that? Okay, I get what you're saying here. I generally don't do a standardized deload. Most of my deloads come the week before a meet, and because of the way that I waive my my training weights through my meet prep or my I guess my building season, I never really have a need for a set deload, and then I never plan them. It happens when I'm feeling like I need to take one, and a lot of it's just based off of feel and kind of the relative state my body's in, and so I don't really have a solid answer for me personally, but I will say a general rule of thumb for me is whenever I go back into something, I always start too easy. Always start a little bit less so you have more time to get better. It's way better to start at something and be like, all right, I need to increase the weight a little bit on this, instead of going, man, I should have started lighter because this is hard or I'm going to hurt myself. And that's how injury prevention is kind of best exercised in my experience. 2, sumo deadlift. What are your mental cues and how does your body feel whilst doing the lift, and what do you want it to feel like? Know what I'm saying? For conventional, feeling pressure of floor against your feet, feeling pushing against the floor, but with sumo, every part of your body, okay. Again, I feel like that's going to be different on the lifter. I've seen so many different good competitive sumo deadlifts that look different, and you have the Russians who have this crazy super upright posture, and they're almost forward until the very end, and like Dan Green with his crazy flexible strong hips. And then you have some guys like me who have a little bit more of an upper background and try to get under the lift and pull it back more. And for me, what are my mental cues? I think of keep everything tight, make sure you get that pressure going, focus on your breathing, get the bar, and then when you have a hold of it, make sure your hips are not too low or too high. Make sure you get them right to the same spot every single time. Be consistent, and then pull back, not up. A lot of people try to pull up and down. That puts you out forward in front of the bar. Make sure that once the bar is coming off the ground, you are pulling up and try to accelerate the entire time through it. I know that's not a whole lot of positioning information, but that's the biggest thing that I think of when I'm pulling. I try to go faster, 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 always. Once it breaks off the floor, a lot of people slow down around their knees because it gets hard. You should always try to accelerate the bar, and you'll see in a lot of my pulls the bar speed actually goes up as I get higher up in the lift, and that's why I've never had a problem with my lockout. Hope that helps somewhat. 3, can you post some gym songs you like? I've heard some stuff in the past through your videos like Rihanna, Yes Posthumus Mix, 2 Steps from Hell. I listen to a lot of different music. My musical taste is pretty eclectic. I am a music major. I listen to a lot of like classical music and operatic stuff in my personal life, and so generally when it comes to like rock or anything that's super heavy, that doesn't really get me going very much. It puts me in a pretty negative mental state, and I can't maintain intensity over a long period of time when I'm unhappy. And so a lot of like heavy stuff just kind of kills my vibe and bums me out after like 45 minutes. And when my workouts last 3 hours, I need something that's more upbeat. I do a lot of house music when I'm lifting on my own. I do a lot of dubstep type stuff, things that just have a consistent beat, usually a positive vibe to them, and that get me going. I know that's nothing really specific, but that's what gets me going personally when it comes to a lift that I want to keep for a long period of time. If I am doing anything that's like hard rock, it's got to be for a pretty short session or just a couple of sets, because it just burns out my motivation a lot faster. Number 4, what are your aspirations, dreams, things you want to do, or adventures you want to have in the future? Serious. I'm living my dreams right now, man. I get asked a lot, why are you still in college? What are you doing? A lot of people aren't in college. For anybody who's curious, this is my 6th year of university, and I'm not actually that far behind. I'm a music major, and that's a 5-year program if you don't do anything slowed down. I took on an ASL minor that I finished. Don't ask me to demonstrate my skills. I'm still not as good as I should be for getting a minor in that. And I've spent a lot of time. I've been in productions with our department, with the music department, and I was an RA for 4 years, and I helped to impact positively, I hope, the lives of hundreds of incoming freshmen into the university. And so I love learning. I have a thirst and a desire to always learn more and to be involved in other people's lives, and I feel like I've had an opportunity to do that. I'm living my dream right now by being able to talk to you guys, and having people share an interest in what I have to say has been something that's really special to me, especially in this last year when my kind of the audience has grown, and I just really enjoy getting to talk to people about that. So kind of what I want to do in the future is I'd love to continue this type of a thing and share my life experience and possibly help other people out, going through things like getting into doing seminars later, maybe some motivational speaking, and just helping people find what they're passionate about and then find the best way to pursue it, and then be motivated and inspired to pursue that, because I have found so much fulfillment in doing this, in using something as seemingly simple and self-centered as working out, which most people would say that's such a personal thing where you're just doing it for you, but I feel like it's helped me grow as a person to better support and help other people in my life that I care about, and help people that I don't know personally dealing with things. Every time I receive a message on my Facebook or a comment on YouTube that says, hey, thank you for what you're doing, even if I don't have time to respond to it, it means a lot to me, and I read them all, and I am always so overwhelmed with the positive effect that I could have on someone else who I may never have met just because of something that I said, or because of the way that I am encountering a situation and they can relate to it. That's so powerful to me, and that's what I want to do. So that's some real talk, some serious talk right there. That's what I want to do. I want to help people find what they care about and be able to go through and pursue it like I'm doing with my life. So that's that. I think I have time for one more. Joshua Price, what are your plans after college, and how far would you like to go in powerlifting? Well, I just told you what my plans are after college. I want to get in some seminar type stuff, motivational speaking. How far would I like to go in powerlifting? How far is there? When it comes to my competitive powerlifting, I'm lifting for my own improvement. I'm lifting for my own betterment. I am lifting to see myself be better than I was before. And every time I hit a PR, every time I go to a meet and do better than I have already, I'm there. As far as how far would you like to go in powerlifting, as far as like all-time records that are in maybe non-drug tested divisions, personally, I am not ready to make the kind of life commitment it would take to start being an enhanced lifter. I'm not ready for that. I set myself a while back, I said when I turn 18, I will have that conversation with myself as to where I see it going when I'm 18, when I'm 28, because that will put my training age at 18 years of doing this, and I feel like that would be the amount of time that I personally would need to even be able to make an informed decision on whether or not I want to pursue that aspect. And until then, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and even if that was a decision that I made later, it would be all dependent on where I've been. But right now, I'm really happy with where I'm at. I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making and what I'm able to do and the effect I can have on people with what I'm doing. And so that has been my biggest motivation. And so I guess that answers that question. And that is the 10 minutes for this video. I will have the next one up whenever it gets up, but I am still answering these it'd be really cool if I could get all these answered in one night. It's going to be a long night. By the end of it, my voice is probably going to sound pretty different because I've already been talking for about an hour and a half right now. Here we go. Keeping it moving. Tune in next time. I'm looking forward to it. Deuces.